Hello everybody, this is Maniac for Bricks, and I'm here with an offshoot from most of the things that I do on this channel, but something that I'm really interested in and for the moment pretty passionate about, and I hope you guys enjoy some of it too. It's a series of videos and photos of different retailers and different stores in general that are either closed or going to close or abandoned. And abandoned meaning there's nothing else there. You can see remnants of what used to be there. And I'm just getting as much footage as I can of these places as possible. I've been told that Kmart was going to close rather soon, so a majority of the video is about one of the local Kmarts to me. And I thought, get as much footage as I can, as long as I'm allowed to, and have it for somebody's enjoyment to take a look back on it. Kmart has been a pretty historical department chain, for a couple decades, and it's still surprising to some people that it's still around. So I'm finding as much as I can in my area when it comes to that. There are also a couple other stores that are going to be in this video, which most of them have already been closed and abandoned. But I thought it would still be interesting to look at what the rest of it used to, look like, and like whatever shell of it remains. Surprisingly, actually, if you know, Kmart and Sears are in the same corporation, and Sears, actually near me, you'll see in the video later, is gone. The location I looked at particularly in this video is gone. I may actually take a look at some other Kmarts and other Sears and other places and put those into future videos. But this is everything that I just recorded for one day. I like this subject because it's something that is very nostalgia driven, and there are plenty of stores that I have seen come and go and do miss them, and I can't really find much about them again. Like, later in this video you'll see a little bit of KB Toys in there. I love that store when it was active. I really miss it that it's, defunct, and I wish that I could have seen more of it, like more photos taken of it. So it's cool to keep these kinds of records, whether or not I look at them now or years from now, or anyone else that might be in the area that doesn't even know that this place is particularly gone. So see it at least while I can. It's also a series that I've started because I've gotten more interested through people like Redcon22 and Bright Sun Films, who on YouTube has been doing a great informational and sometimes documentary series about these kinds of retailers and chains and businesses that are no longer here. I actually reached out to them, and hopefully they will take a look at some other businesses that I used to go to, like Drug Fair and Cost Cutters, which I may again cover at a later time in this series. Basically, this video is a compilation of everything from a single day of going around, and even though it's at nighttime, it may be a little hard to see and somewhat glary in some areas. I will go during the daytime for some future videos. So I hope you guys enjoy it for this mini-series. I know it's spur of the moment for this even happening, but it is something that I wanted to do for a while, and now I'm actually motivated to record what's remaining of some of these places. So enjoy what's here, and if you would like to use this for your own footage in any other videos or articles or whatever, just look at the About section in this channel, and there should be a contact email for you to consult me, and I will give you permission and credit for the material. You can also check the link in the description below, which will give you, again, the contact information, but also a large photo album from today's discoveries. So, enjoy the video. Thanks for watching. Hello everybody, this is Maniac for Bricks, and I am here at a Kmart in West Orange. I don't know the exact location, you'll probably see it in the description or so. And I'm here to get as much footage as possible, maybe even take care of some of those summer blowout deals that says 10 to 15% off, and see what's left of here before it's gone. So I'll have lots of pictures, link in the description below for more. Oh wow, they actually, there used to be a Nathan's here, and I actually came here a couple times. It looks like they closed that all out. They don't even have the Nathan's signed out front, I saw when I was driving up, so yeah, it looks like it's gonna be one of the last times being here, even though they're not saying it. Oh, hello. So for this video, we're taking a tour around the store. Before it is no more. Just rhymes. This is actually the Kmart I visit the most often, and I usually find some good stuff here every now and then. Sometimes I put it at the scanner and it'll actually be on discount. We're going to walk through this floor first before we go downstairs. And downstairs, I do remember being a dead zone when it comes to cell phone service. Seriously, as soon as you go down the escalator, it cuts off, no matter what plan you have. If you take a look at some of the tags, you can see they say everything priced to sell, as in, they're not saying it, but it's literally everything must go. I'll probably pick up some things. That was a while ago. In this area we're standing in, this used to be the blue light area. I think it's roughly around one of these pillars, like above where that tent is. I remember when they used to have that, and occasionally the light would go off while I was here with my parents shopping. But they took that out a long time ago. I still even remember like the little light bulb as the mascot. I still remember, I know there's another Kmart near me I may try out, and maybe another video, but I think this one is just known as a Kmart, not a big Kmart. It feels big, but I think the other one near me is a big Kmart. I didn't know they carried kayaks. Well, did. Oh, they even changed up this section. This used to have books along the wall, mostly children's books. They moved all those out. I guess they moved them to the aisle behind us. But now they moved a whole bunch of other stationery in here. And some flowers. More of those kayaks. I mean, they're throwing everything down.
Sorry.
That's alright. So you might have seen before that the
cart, elevator, or escalator thing is out of service. It's actually been like that for a few months as of recording this video. So the next best way to take a cart downstairs is through the elevator, which is towards the back of the store. It's actually even sadder to come back in here to Kmart, because over time I've seen things disappear through the store, and you know, sometimes it's for displays, but there's actually an entire section that long ago used to be there. Actually, not even that long ago, maybe like a year or two ago, and no longer exists. I'd have to check on my records. I may actually have footage of it, but not anymore. So it dumps you out into the toy section. There's also electronics down here, a bunch of other stuff. We'll take a look. This is where I'd always go for scanning items, because it's right next to the toy section, and I'd usually scan the toys there. 15% off. Kmart was actually one of the few places that carried some LEGO products like these, a super value pack, where sometimes you get these individually from other stores, but they put these together. I think they're about $10 to $12 each, and they had different themes like Friends, Legends of Chima, and basic stationery kind of stuff. It's good for kids, and I've actually picked up some before and even sold them to other people through Kmart. Kmart also had some of the seasonal LEGO, sometimes up to a year after their initial release. So I remember this also being Santa's Visit, and yeah, they're not here anymore. But they still got stuff from this year. Nothing really new, like a new wave or anything, which kind of makes sense. Only a couple stuff from prior years, but pretty much what you see is what you get. I think the latest stuff they had was like Cars 3. That's what I can tell. So, in case you didn't know, there actually was a limited food section in Kmart. Not necessarily something you could do all the grocery shopping with, but you could grab a lot of snacks, some breakfast items, definitely a lot of candy around here. Kool-Aid bursts are still around. I actually don't know if other stores carry this, so I don't know where I'm going to get my fix for that. I know that they've carried some other items in here, and maybe I'm thinking of other locations, but yeah, I remember these being a little bit more filled last time I was here. I didn't have a bunch more of those ICPs. Yeah, that's definitely getting some inventory out. I don't know if you caught it before. Yeah. So we're actually coming up to the furniture section and for home furnishings. Right about here, if I remember correctly. Maybe a little bit further from here. But like in this general area, they would have started a little bit of the video game area. I do remember distinctly a video game what do you call it? A GameCube display stand where you could actually play demos of a couple games. Roughly roughly here, and it actually extended down that way to that corner. You really couldn't tell now because they've redone this. They've actually redone that, like I said, about a year ago. So I guess the video games didn't really work out here, and they just replaced them. Then we have the electronics. So this is where video games used to be. There are actually a couple of rows. They actually had towards the back walls, a lot of them in cases, mostly games, systems. I think in that corner on that side, they had a rack of some on clearance. Yeah, I may be able to find footage of that, and if I do, I'll splice it in here or link it to the description below. So, luckily I've already gotten a lot of footage around the store, but not every single aisle. There was an employee that spoke with me and said you can't take photos around here, so I really don't know how much longer I could do this, but if not, thanks for watching. So here's some of the stationery, lots of card racks, party stuff. I think they actually had toys in a section here once before, but no, they all got moved downstairs, so might have been a short time. Some of them just seen it once. There's a few toys here, but mostly travel stuff.
You know, I was actually going to head over to another Kmart, but then I thought, oh, Kmart and Sears in the same series. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, it's actually gone. I've passed it so many times recently, and I had no idea they actually, wiped it out. It's not a store that I've visited often, but I'll take a look. By the way, I wanted to mention before, with the Kmart I just got from, they did have security in that particular Kmart, right by the door. Usually, you would walk out with your stuff, but you would have to show the security guard the receipt, and then he would verify all the stuff that's in there, and then you go on your way. I've actually been called back about that only once or twice, but there was nothing stolen. It was just one thing didn't quite ring up on the receipt correctly, and I think it's only for that location, at least I know of in my area, because it's not necessarily a great area. I mean, it's not Newark, it's West Orange, and those who have been around West Orange, I think you know better what I'm talking about. It's like, it can be seedy, but not entirely. So let me see if I can take a look around here.
Oh my gosh, they gutted this place out. I actually knew a few people who worked here. I just gotta look back a little bit because I did see a cop car passing through the parking lot. I mean, this is probably like one of the 2 or 3 places I know in this plaza. This is actually in Caldwell, by the way. West Caldwell. There's only 1 or 2 businesses I definitely know that are, closed up and gutted out. Oh my gosh, I didn't even know that. So, it may actually be hard to see, but you can see a very faint SEARS hardware. Some of it's still on the door. So if anybody's passing by wondering what this place was, there it is. I actually, later on, I'll do another video where I go to another Kmart. I have one in Parsippany I'll go to, and I have one in Wayne, Preakness Shopping Center. I actually want to pass by, if I can, and check out the cost cutters that was around there, right across from Preakness. Wow. Yeah, these doors are closed and locked. I remember coming here with my dad a couple times. I personally haven't been back here in years, maybe. At least 2 years or more. Probably a couple more years than that before, but wow. It is so empty. All right, before we wrap up this part of the video, there's where the Sears hardware sign used to be. And, I don't think I can get a look at the KB Toys that used to be here. It's been long gone as it is, and then eventually Weight Watchers moved in there. I don't know how much I can get as far as through the window on that area. It feels so sketchy with trying to get retail photography and videography, but Alright, so we're back in action, and this area used to be, it's right where Weight Watchers is, like, not the New York Sports Club, just that part over a little bit, used to be a KB Toys. Now, this closed up a long time ago. I think there are some Google images that show it roughly around 2012, where there's some kind of charity, but there's really not much to see here, at least for now. I may come back later and get better footage. And surprisingly, what they did in here, the floorboards are the same. It's so sad. I used to love coming here. This was one of my favorite stores, and right where I live, you know? So not too far away for a toy store that had some cool stuff. I may actually still have a catalog or two from this store. But anyways, they actually boarded up half of this some time ago when they were building the Weight Watchers here. So the Weight Watchers area, pretty much over from there, is redone and up and running, and it's been running for probably a couple of years. I'm not entirely sure though. This looks vintage. Oh my gosh, looking inside of here is crazy. Oh, this is a big store. I don't know if it's exactly capturing on camera, but yeah, you can't even get in. There's a number lock. But yeah, this area used to be a KB Toys. I used to love this store. I didn't even know of any other ones. Maybe one or two, at least in my area. But this was a great place to find toys. Some of them were not marked down. They just had a good variety. It was a very fun environment. That's probably the thing I remember most about it. It was very colorful. It was fun to go through there. But yeah, from here to the end of the Weight Watchers, car passing again, is where KB Toys used to be. So we got a 3-for-1 in this video. I mean, most of it was Kmart, and that's probably what's most important with all the footage. But there we have it. So thanks for joining me for this video. I'm excited to go through a couple more Kmarts. I may know of another Sears. I'm not entirely sure if they're still open. But yeah, that's gone. I actually didn't know that. So future plans: Kmart Parsippany, Kmart Wayne. I may have known of a third, but I haven't really been there before, so I don't know if I'll go there tomorrow or whenever the next video goes up. I'm pretty sure Marshall's is still doing okay. I'm not gonna worry about them. But yeah, thanks again for watching. I'm gonna go now. There actually used to be further down here in the same plaza was Book World. I don't know how big of a chain it was. I know the place is gone. I don't know if it was redone. I also wanted to mention before we cut out this video, Sears, you know it's gone, not only because it gutted out, the sign is gone. It's not even on the big marquee up there for the Essex Mall. So I'll leave it there. Have a good night. So I mentioned before that there used to be a Book World here, which is actually a really cool bookstore. It had a lot of great selection. And I believe it was somewhere in this middle section. May have been where Five Guys now used to be, or thereabouts. I remember it being somewhere centered in this part of the plaza. As you can see the sign very clearly. But I could be wrong, and I'm sure that if you go on Google, there must be some images available from when it used to be here. If you look up Essex Mall, West Caldwell, Book World, H-Stop, that sign's out. A lot of the other businesses here seem to be tip-top shape. Haven't seen anything about closing for any of those, luckily. Franco's has been around for a long time. On the very end, had a bit of rearrangement and new management a couple years ago, but it's pretty good. Very popular. Everything else here working pretty well. I spoke too soon. I actually don't know this Cleaners. I don't recall ever being here, but here it used to be. It's actually pretty scary how many places in my town have operated businesses.